All right, let's begin. So yesterday we got the highly anticipated CPI number, hotter than expected. Inflation's real. We traded this bounce beautifully, and we were expecting a turn yesterday. We didn't expect a nasty gap in whackage and dumpage the way we did. Setting multi-year records on Dow down over 1,200 points, spiders down 5%, close to 5, NASDAQ 5.5. So, this is the momentum is down. This is my 15-minute chart, obviously, upper left. And so our bias, let me blow this up. So this was pre-market. These dotted lines are pre-market data. So we had a big gap up yesterday that we were planning on selling into to close out and our trail a bunch of our bullish positions. And then you can see here, just slice through multiple levels of resistance and support on that bad data. High tech, high PE stocks got hit the worst, obviously, in a rising interest rate environment. No bounce here. Look at this. This is pre-market. We got a small bounce at the market open. Just look at that. There's not two green bars in a row. You got two green bars here over lunch, but today we're talking about, hey, McGraw, yeah, no, he's out this morning at a meeting. He did post some video on YouTube, a little 10-minute video, I think. So if you want to go check that out, feel free. So today at MT Live, we're talking about retracement concepts. And this is a great example. I mean, I can pull up absolutely anything, any chart, any time frame, and talk about retracement concepts. It's so powerful. So this, that failed. That was a 180 reversal. Bounced, you just eyeball it from here to here. That's 20% bounce. So that's nothing. And then look what happened into the close. Well, 50% of what, McGraw? If you're talking about 50% of what? Of the prior day's close, of yesterday's rain, right? But how are you defining drop? See, that's what I'm getting at. Or are you talking about 50% into yesterday's range? So possible 50% into the range. So let's just eyeball. Okay, so 403 to here. This bottom of this breakdown base is minor resistance. The top of it, major resistance. But that's going to be a brick wall. From here to 4,000, 398 to 4,000 is going to be very, very tough level. So based on this chart only, this is what we call an end of day decline. This is a climactic buy setup. If the market, didn't close at 4 o'clock, that would be a climb up. So now PPI came out a few minutes ago, and we're holding the lows and going sideways. So this does support a tradable bounce. 5-10 minute high. We'll play it by ear as we always do. But the fact that we're stabilizing here pre-market on the 5-minute charts with a CLIMO on the 15 is favoring a bounce. And then you ask, well, how deep? I'm like, I don't know. I just showed you the levels. 398 to 400 is going to be stiff. And then if it stays in the lower third, we have ourselves a bear 1, 2, 3 continuation for tomorrow. So momentum's down. This was a very bullish turn. So we expected a stall here and bobbling around for a day or two. But look, if we close here on the weekly, this is what we call a bearish engulfing and it's a little counterintuitive. It's a bull sandwich, but the bull sandwich is a bearish trade because the meat is in the middle of the two wide red engulfing bars. And that suggests a measured move down, deeper into this. Now, whether we hold this or not, I have no friggin' idea. I'll tell you day by day. I'll assess it. But in a rising interest rate environment, I think it's going to all depend on what the Fed does. The bond market's now pricing in the 10-year being in the low fours, and up until yesterday, I think the hope mode was under 4. There was some hedge fund guy or something on CNBC this morning saying he thinks it's going to get a whole lot nastier because the Fed, he was saying the Fed has to raise rates above inflation to get it under control. So that means over 8%. And the market's only pricing in low 4s. So the amount of damage that's going to happen in the coming months, so depth of the recession, et cetera, I think it's going to totally depend on the Fed. All right, so TVT is the longer term rates. All rates are rising, but the 2-year is rocketing yesterday and today, making the inversion worse. So yeah, I mean, yesterday was a real whack in the head to the bulls. All right, so IWM. I mean, 30-minute low. So now let me take the contrary. If we take out a 10-minute high and do not get very far into this, like the 20 MA is probably a good gauge right here. If we can't bounce and hold above this 20 MA at 10 a.m. reversal, and we bobble around and take out the 30-minute low at 10 a.m., we make a new day's low, I think we're going to have a continuation day lower. And this looks lower to me. Q's, they're saying the worst day since June 2020. And this one's deeper into support, so it's weaker. And you can see pre-market here, it's bobbling, but I'm glancing up at all my fangs, and the fangs look like continuation bobble lower. Meta, this thing looks absolutely horrible. I think the news said it was down almost 60% from its highs. And we were saying in the green room yesterday, look, again, this retracement concept is going to be it's so valuable. So look, here is a route that's less than 25-30%. So that's bearish. Sideways, couldn't bounce, descending triangle, breakout failure. Now, today's Wednesday, we still have 3 more days to go for the week. But if we were to close right here, Friday, 4 p.m., Meta is a short on Monday. If you're trading the weekly chart, you short under the bar, stop bars high. So this is very bearish, even though it's down 60% from the highs. Google has a little more horizontal support over here, but breakout failure, 100% retracement, bearish engulfing. So if this week closes here, then the pattern suggests it's going to go through these support levels. And to where? Well, look here. There's some minor support, 95, and then major support, let's call it 85. So they're my targets on a route on Google. Let's check the other things weekly since we're here. Netflix if it were able to take out this week's high, it's actually a long, because this was a double bottom, busted up, buy setup. It's just, it's getting hit just with the tide going out. Apple's a mess, but it kind of looks like a measured move lower now if the week closes here. Microsoft, it's also looks like it'll go through this, but I like Google and Meta are weaker. Tesla, it's actually strong. That's a 1, 2, 3 over the week's high on Monday. That looks higher. And Amazon is a failed buy setup so far. See, it triggered, and now it's a bearish engulfing bar. So that failed, but that also was a beautiful W bottom. All right, a couple sectors here. We're out of earnings season, really, so I don't have any earnings to talk about. Let's see, YouTubers. All right, hey, YouTubers. Greg usually does this, so sorry if I'm not keeping up with the questions. I'm looking now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Fernando, LXU for intraday long. It was on my list yesterday. So very possible. I already have an alarm set at 1760, Fernando. And if it takes out the high, yes, stop yesterday's low, but it's actually a bullish 15-minute chart. So that you can see why I have my alarm at 1760. I always set alarms early so I can assess it. If it bobbles around and gets over 1760 after 10 a.m., then you can probably enter over 1760, because then it's over these two 15-minute pivots and you got a bullish daily weekly. Let's see these. I'll show you these other bullish ones on my watch list here in a second. W bottom weekly is Robert's asking, is a W bottom still applicable? I'm not sure what you mean applicable. It triggered here. So this bar right here, right there, the week of July 22nd was your entry on this pattern, because you had not only a double bottom, but you had a bear sandwich and you had a price void. Yeah. No, it was beautiful back then. Now we had a buy setup that's failing, and it looks like this might make a measured move lower back to retest that. But if it retests it and gives us an entry on the daily chart, that's just a new trade. It has nothing to do with that W bottom, other than other than it retesting support. Yeah, that looks lower. Sure. Wait. The unit looks intraday bullish. Okay, sir. Stephen, that the first I didn't even answer your question. I just saw you and looked at the daily. This is the concept of multiple time frame analysis, Stephen. This is a nasty daily chart. It's a very deep gap into these three bars, and it's a closing breakdown. So I'm not saying you can't take a counter trend trade on a smaller time frame, but why bother when you're fighting such a bearish higher time frame? That I wouldn't touch this thing long. No sirree. No way. I can find you way better scalping longs. That have a bigger price void, that the daily at least was showing relative strength. So let me show you these longs that I am watching. So let's see here. PHR is on my watch list. So it had a beautiful breakout daily, weekly, and look at the monthly. The monthly is bullish. It's a climactic buy setup, made the turn, and I got a price void. So, there's nothing to do with it now. But it's on my watch list. Hopefully it'll take a week to set up, because then I have 5 more trading days of bobbling around with support. Lift is not ready, but I'm watching this on a pullback. Provided it stays in the upper 50% of this bar, that's where I'd be looking to buy this, because it has a look. We talked about double bottoms a second ago, right? On Amazon, here's a double bottom on the weekly. Momentum moved down, up, bullish, some type of bullish turn on support. So lift is on my watch list. Yeah, PHR definitely long watch list. Yeah, because of the bigger time frames. Yeah. All right, stems on my long list. So this one I already posted yesterday. This one's good to go over today's high. I mean, yes, it's good to go today over yesterday's high. So you got a bullish consolidation in an uptrend. You have a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly with a price void. You have relative strength. There was a gap negated. The market got clocked yesterday, and this thing closed green with a big real buy. That's relative strength. So that's good to go over the high. Let me set an alarm. 1683. I just set it at 1670, just to be, take a look at it. I had an alarm at 1650, which I think went off yesterday. General Motors, gap down, but it's in an uptrend. Look at the weekly. So these are, stem is ready today. These other ones, I'm telling you, I need to watch them. This one, CTVA, it's out here at a prior high, but it's in an uptrend. Hopefully that'll bobble around for a few weeks. I'm sorry, a few days. ENPH, that's a buy setup. It broke out, it pulled in, it's at the 20. So I already have an alarm at 310, but that's ready to go over the high. And DXC, okay, I was watching this, but I don't like yesterday's close, so I'm going to delete you. Ramp was a gap reversal, bottoming pattern, price void. That's on my watch list. This could be a put spread idea under yesterday's low, maybe 30-minute high. TPX, nothing to do now, but it's relative strength. You got it broke out, got a higher low, you got a 1, 2, 3. AMCR broke out. It's a sloppy buy setup. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, Jerry, asking about Boeing. Would you say I'm bearish? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I wish we got in Boeing yesterday. I was playing, a little defense yesterday morning, managing our bullish positions, and we did put on a couple shorts. This was a gap sell setup, declining 20, and this would have been a no-brainer short under the 30-minute low. So look, first bar, topping tail, lower high, topping tail, another, held the day's low, topping tail, boom. That would have been a great short yesterday. But if you're asked, I thought you said, is it a 1, 2, 3? It's not a 1, 2, 3. It's a closing breakdown and does look lower. But you need to stop over yesterday's high. We did short fast yesterday. We did a call spread on PNC, gap down from a sell setup. We did snow. Snow's bullish, but we just did a 200 call spread for Friday is all. Cause see, look at it, the weekly is bullish on snow. So I would not do a call spread on this one for 10 days, but we did it for 3 days. So there were call spreads all over the place yesterday. Home Depot, absolutely. I was looking for a call spread on this yesterday, but there was no juice. You can see the 15-minute chart would also have been a beautiful 15-minute low. Look at that, with housing is interest rate sensitive. Look at that 15-minute chart. There are not 2 green bars in a row. But this one's down too much near support. So I think you missed your opportunity to short it. That's the problem. When the markets are down 5% in one day, that's massive. That's a massive, smack. Google short, J&J. Google, this is very bearish pre-market. So I would say wait 5 minutes. Let's see what the market's doing. If things we're playing the game plan of continuation shorts lower, then yes. Initial stop would be over this 15-minute pivot. Once it gets altitude, which really refers to a long, but what I mean altitude is it decisively breaks and is moving in your direction, then you could move the stop to the pre-market high. And J&J, it's gapping up, so ideally this will give you a 1, 2, 3 continuation to short tomorrow under the lows. So today, I think we're at the end of the day, provided the market bobbles around and doesn't do a whole lot, we are going to have bear 1, 2, 3 setups all over the place. Everywhere there's going to be bear 1, 2, 3s. And then it's our job to find the best ones. And the best ones are going to be the ones where you have a price void and not significant support to the left. So spiders actually would not be the best one because of this big 5-bar turn. But we will find plenty of them, and J&J is a candidate without a doubt. I'll put it on the list for tomorrow, and it'll show up in our scan also later in the day if it doesn't. GE, yeah, there's another one. See the closing breakdown with a price void. Yes, that looks fantastic, Thomas. So see, I build a list of longs and shorts. So once I develop my bias in the first 30 minutes or less, then I got some go-tos. And yes, GE is a go-to continuation short. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Target, I don't know. I don't know. 66 to 69. I don't know. But it looks good. For AA short, I mean, I don't know what the target's going to be because this gap fill, but it does look lower. It's just I'd rather GE looks better to me because it has a bigger price one. Ed Norton, I just saw your USO short under USO. Oh, wrong symbol. Hold on. No, I wouldn't mess with that. Yesterday had a bottoming tail and now it's trading above this 15-minute pivot high. We can find so much better ones. In fact, XOP Ed looks better because you had a sell setup, and notice how this one closed at the low. You see how this one's better than USO? XLE. Oh, I think those are the 3 oils. This one's a trading range mess. So I like XOP under yesterday's low better. All right, let me look at a couple of sectors here real quick. Banks, look lower, but that's not a great pattern. Internet, FDN looks lower. Semis. See, semis are weaker. See how they closed deeper into this? That looks horrible. Technology, XLK, same. Transports, just a mess. Housing, they look lower. They look like they're gonna go through this. Probably head down to 54 would be my guess if interest rates stay high. Military, XLC, this has been one of the weakest sectors all year long. Look at that. We were watching this to see if it was going to hold. This potential double bottom, and you can now see that it's not, and the monthly has a price void. So that looks horrible. XLC. Jets, a mess. Cruise lines. RCO is holding up better than the other ones. Hotels, trading range, a big mess. We're still short fast. We covered a third lot into the close. Pearlex, Ty, it's bullish. It's bullish. I get it maybe 30 minutes though. I can't tell where it's opening. But that's definitely the concept of relative strength. Rublex, I don't like this. Oh, with a void below. This was a strong move, but under yesterday's low, day trade should be fine. It is a bullish move. I don't expect it to take out those prior lows. That's a nice weekly, actually. I'm gonna put that on my watch list for a fourth, actually. Here I have this. Hey, somebody remind me in the green room later. Let's RBLX. My core long watch list. So there it is. I just added Roblex. But they change. Glamis Girl, ALB, and Airbnb. ALB. It has to go. It's greater than 100% retracement, gap reversal, bullish weekly. I like it. It's strong, but I'd like it to go sideways a little bit more. Oh, you're asking me to short it? No, it's too strong. Too strong for me to short. No. That's not a good short pattern to me. Airbnb. Jerry's asking about. It's neutral. Broke out. It closed green yesterday, so it's definitely more relative strength than many things out there. Hey, LXU alarm we were talking about. Told you I had mine set at 1750. See there? All right, so this is a good 30-minute high trade or 10-minute high. I don't know. Let's play it by ear. Look at this BIAF. Let me BIAF. This 30-minute high, I don't know what the heck they do. It's a new IPO, but that's a bullish gap over a red bar and a bullish pre-market. If it can, again, retracement concepts, if it can stay in the upper 40% of this pre-market move and take out a 30-minute high, then it looks good. Then I'd put the stop 30-minute low. All right, see Boeing here down. Yeah, Boeing. I If I weren't so busy yesterday morning, I would have shorted that. TMOS short, no, it's a bullish gap. It's 50% into this bar. And it's relative strength right now. It's moving. Not crazy about that. All right, yeah, LXU 10-minute high. 10-minute high. Let's see. I'm watching the broader markets as always for a bias, and they're not. See, they can't get over the pre-market highs here. So let's just sit tight, manage opens, and see what our bias is going to be here. I had a PayPal alarm. PayPal got an upgrade in my PayPal alarm. Let me just set a new alarm. We're short puts on this. The 89 puts. Disney. Yeah, I see no pattern right now. I think he was talking about a possible double bottom, but it's a bearish 15, way too early to tell. All right, Glamis Girl, let's look at tan for her, and then we're going to sign off on YouTube. Tan, it's going sideways, showing relative strength. So there's nothing to do today except set an alarm at 88, which is what I'm going to do right now. But there's nothing to do with it now. All right, our fast is doing well. Hey, Robert. He's at some meeting, it's something with his association or something. I don't know. So yeah, he'll be out this morning. All right, so let's say goodbye to YouTube. You all have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Come see us in the green room.